Okay, Prop 19. What is it and what does it mean for Californians and real estate? So this all goes back to Proposition 13, which is voted into law way back in California history. 1978, Prop 13 came into law, and what it said is that real estate property taxes would be assessed based upon your purchase price, 1% of your purchase price, and it would increase in value 2% every year. So that way you could budget and reasonably expect what your property taxes would be moving forward. So what Prop 19 does is it's a tax increase and a sweetener. So let's talk about the sweetener first. What's the good thing that this Prop 19 is going to do? So right now, if you are in a home that you've owned for several decades, let's say you bought it for $100,000 30 years ago, and your property tax base is essentially based on a $100,000 purchase price. Now, let's say you needed to relocate to be closer to family, you wanted to move to be next to your grandkids. Well, in order to sell that home, you're losing that property tax basis. So your property bill, which might be $1,000, $2,000 per year. Now, let's say you bought a home for, $700,000. Your property tax bill would jump up 7 times what you currently pay for it. And so that basically is a deal killer for a lot of people. A lot of people can't afford to move if their property tax bill is going to double, quadruple, triple, especially for seniors. So what Prop 19 does is it allows for seniors to relocate and transfer their property tax basis with them. And this also, it's extended towards people who've lost homes in disasters, as well as people who have disabilities. So those 3 categories are the ones benefiting from this. The way it currently is, if you are a senior, certain counties will allow you to transfer your tax basis, but you can only do it once in your lifetime. You must purchase a property of lesser value than the one you currently live in, so it's like downsizing. And you must participate in the counties that allow for it. Not all counties in California allow for that property tax basis transfer. So what this does is it opens it up. Seniors can now move up to 3 times. They can move anywhere in the state, and they are able to buy a home that's more expensive or less expensive. Doesn't matter on the value of the property. Okay, so that's the sweetener. Now there is a tax hike also in this assembly bill. And what it does is it taxes people who leave their property to their children and people who inherit property from their families. So this, let's say you have some rental properties, you leave them to your kids. The way it currently in the past has been written is your kids receive the property tax basis from the time when you purchased it. So your children, your heirs get that huge benefit. Now, because they've rewritten it at the point of death and you passing it on as an inheritance, the property tax will now be reassessed, and it will be based on fair market value. So if you bought it 40 years ago, you died, leave it to your kids, they would have paid that same tax basis, but now it's going to jump up. So that could double, triple, quadruple what your property tax bill is on that rental property. In a lot of cases, what's that's going to do, it's going to make it unaffordable to hold that property. So a lot of people are probably going to have to end up selling those properties or 1031 exchanging those properties into something else that makes more sense for them. So that's Prop 19 explained. If you guys ever have questions about real estate, please reach out. Please follow, like, subscribe, and we're here to help you guys learn more about real estate.